Having a souvenir shop in your own house. Why do I feel like I'm in my own house? Oh, that's right. My house was built in 1898. So this is what I would call a lifesaver for the winter. You know, one of those memories you have during what I call the end of summer, but the best times to go out to Martha's Vineyard. We all know that the summer's not over, and the luxury of us living so close is getting back down here and not being loaded with too much tourists. We did the Oak Bluffs last time, but right now we're gonna take you to some of the other places that Martha's Vineyard has to offer. You really take it all in, and one thing that Martha's Vineyard is, it's not a one-offer. And you'll get to know just all the beauty and the different areas. But once again, and a pro tip, you want to come at the end of the season. There's not that many people, but all the New Englanders are definitely going to be out there. Talk about an easy transition from coming from the mainland Massachusetts, getting out here to Martha's Vineyard. Everything you can find online, everything you can research on the website, it's so easy to do. Look at these cars coming off the ship right now. Like, if you plan on spending more than just, a couple days, and you're doing the week-long journeys, like which I usually do, grab your car, bring it down here. It takes you like 15 minutes to load, 15 minutes to get off. Just be on time. That's the only thing they ask, because the boat leaves with or without you. Don't let someone say it's too hard to get there. Come on down to the vineyard. Get to Martha's Vineyard a lot of different ways. And you can get around fairly easy too. Hey, is that the Black Dog? I love it. The Black Dog is famously known throughout the world globally. Starting his little hangout place, the Black Dog happened to be his little rescue dog that he had. When he started this years and years ago, I can bet you never envisioned something that would travel the whole world. And we're at the original right now on Martha's Vineyard. First shot, that was not planned, right in. I know it's supposed to be working right now, but we got a little bag toss going on, and I just couldn't help myself. Black Dog, right on the water, absolutely beautiful. Dog friendly in the back. It's not only a clothing brand, because that's what people in the rest of the world think about. It's actually a restaurant. And I had some of my favorite clam chowder ever eaten. Come down for the chowder. Yeah, you heard it right. Chowder. Bach Park. And you know what? A good place to walk around, check things out, get your bearings, right in between the Black Dog and everything. And hey, the bus lets you off right there. But when you come to the back of the park, right down there's a pier, and you can see all those little schooners and all the big mast boats out in the background. Totally great picture opportunity right here in Vineyard Haven. So the Martha's Vineyard Transit Authority has these actually in the actual flyer when you get on the bus. And it also has a QR code. So when you're somewhere and say, hey, I don't know when that bus is gonna come. It actually has a QR code, you can find out. It's free to jump on and off the bus. And it makes sense. I'm walking on shells. I'm walking on shell shine. I'm walking on shell shine. Main Street, Vineyard Haven, what other place I'd rather be? Well, right here shopping up and down these streets. It's absolutely amazing. That's where you start off the Main Street to go shopping. The Waterside Market was recommended #1, 2004, 2025 for the best place on Cape Cod life. Not like you can do that. You can come down the street a little bit more because we don't want to be in the street. We'll end up getting flattened. I also have one of my favorite sushi places on this island, bar none, Mikado's. The sushi here is absolutely amazing. You know what? This guy, his family started doing this in New York, came up here and landed this place. So it's one of those places that's always busy. I want to make a reservation, but definitely don't miss it. It's a different feel. Vineyard Haven is definitely a different feel, a little bit different in the sense that they offer maybe a little more variety in the jewelry, the high-end stuff. But what I'm finding is not that all beachy stuff. This is more like people that live here, all year round. Vineyard Vines. There's another one that you see as a global market. And they started off down here, their main store in Oak Bluffs, but they have a big ship in the back and they're globally known too. What better time of year to come down to the vineyard? And as I said before, look at all these racks sitting outside, 50% off on a lot of the stuff because it's the end of the season. They're looking at turning the product in now. The deals you can get, amazing. Mansion House is a big hotel that, you know what, if you're coming down here to Vineyard Haven, it's one of the more sought after places. It's got a full service spa. It's got a gym that's open all year round and a couple of restaurants right there. They're celebrating their 40th right now, but it's a family owned business. Everything right here at this hotel. So if you want like more than just an average bed and breakfast, but you still want to get around, How can you pick a better location than this? Definitely the mansion house. And look at the exterior on this place. After it got burnt down, they rebuilt this whole place. And it looks amazing. Not only that, the rooms are super comfortable. The staff couldn't be more friendlier. I stayed here a few times. And the reason why I keep coming back is the luxuriousness of a small boutique hotel that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Screaming New England, screaming service. And let me tell you, you sit down, you get to know people that work here. How you doing? We just, yeah, perusing. I've stayed there a bunch of times, and I did a lot of work for Colin Young and Martha's Vineyard, this week of Martha's Vineyard. So we filmed this whole place in and out, stayed there plenty of times, you know, so we were just outside talking about you. We wanted to give you guys a good little, like, hey, come stay at this hotel, you know. And if you want to go to Vineyard Haven, you want a good location, you know,
Location.
and you get to know everybody, you know, or you're working out in the room early in the day and you get to see people down there, or you're on the rooftop. Look at the fish hooks in the cabinet over here. This is amazing. There's all this tapestry. You put your cell phone down and you have books. You have old school board games. It reminds me of like when I was a little kid. This is amazing. Wow. And they have local artists on the wall. They have books. They have games that you played as a kid. Put your cell phone away. Just enjoy it. Like suck it all in. One thing you're gonna get to learn about me by following around and wandering all these adventures, I'm always looking for some good stuff. And stuff, I mean pizza. And if I'm gonna get pizza and I'm in Vineyard Haven, I'm gonna go over here to this place called Bobby's. It's actually amazing. I've eaten it late night. It serves every purpose that you can ever do. Late night snack, a lunch break, or even, hey look, I'm parched after shopping all day. Let's go in. Just need a slice of cheese. How you doing, my friend? Good. Can I get a slice of cheese pizza too? Yeah, you can keep the change. I don't need the change. I love this place. This is some of the best pizza on Martha's Vineyard, and I highly recommend it, especially, I don't know, anytime. I usually get it at night after I'm done filming, but I'll take it right now. I always come back to Bobby B's. It's a good thing they got glass on this cabinet. Amazing croissants, the chocolate chip muffins, the puffy pastries, the banana bread, farm granola. Oh, look at this. Oh, red peppers, apricot spreads. This is, we're in trouble now. There's nothing I can do. I did not want to come to this side, but my grandfather was a French chef, and I learned a lot of cooking and stuff from him, but baking is a whole different world. Like, he used to talk about this stuff all the time. We took a chance, jumped out of lunch, and we said, let's go over to the museum. It's a new spot on the island, hasn't been here for that long, but believe it or not, by way of Lagoon Road, it's not a bad walk. I mean, take a look at how gorgeous this is. And we're going to this museum that's only been open for a few years. Not many people know about it. So even people are saying even the Canadians don't come to America? Huh, that doesn't count for the geese. So a cool point of reference here at the Martha's Vineyard Museum is this was established in August of 2020. And this is a giant compass. So one thing I love about compasses, it gives you a frame or a point of reference to where you're at on the world. We're 67 miles from Boston, Massachusetts, but 5,075 miles from the Hawaiian Islands. So it really gives you a scope of where we're at in the world. If you take a look behind us, the view that you have right now, unbelievable. Pretty cool, huh? I can sit around here for a few hours. The Rosarian garden right here, just coming out, the museum, just getting a few hours in the sun. I mean, look, this place is beautiful. Definitely worth it. If you go to Vineyard Haven, it's a 13-minute walk from the downtown Vineyard Haven section to the museum. Definitely check it out. You don't need a car. And walk off a little after lunch. It's perfect. I tell you, the opportunity that we have today to come down into Martha's Vineyard and find a total gem, a diamond in the rough. You can take a look at what they used to take around when people got to the island, how you get to your little hotel or your bed and breakfast. Imagine being out of the ocean, you know, on one of these guys right here. Could you imagine this? So this is a whaleboat, okay? A whaleboat being in the middle of the ocean, chasing the largest mammal in the world, harpooning it, and then dragging it back in to be skinned and get the blubber out of it for oil. That is just, to me, on a ship like that, and we know what the weather's like out here in New England, wow. Amazing. And I think that people often forget, like when I show you a horse-drawn carriage or that hearse over there, they were used up until 1917. So horses really drove the whole economy back then. And a lot of people are not aware of that. And that's something that you come here and you really see the value and over time how things change. So museums offer a glimpse into our immediate past, but also helps to reflect on where we're at today. Indigenous, this is what they used, like hollow out a canoe. That's like, that really happened. Imagine that, working for a year, hollowing out a tree. So you have a canoe that can go across the water so you can get to the vineyard. That's steam chip at 30 all day. Giving the old bird a crank. And it says, can you match the power of the sun by what you can do with your hand and crank and make the bird? This reminds me of the Museum of Science. What can make an ocean wave? And now it's like, what can make a solar thing move? Oh, listen, that was only the exterior. And I spent a good 15, 20 minutes just looking at that. Whoa, man. I am super excited to be here back here in the museum. Look at all this stuff. The wampum tribe, belts, fish hooks, traps for lobsters. Look at the old school fishing rods, man. I'm just excited. One thing I'm gonna tell you, it is a must go to when you're on the island. Doesn't matter if it's raining or sunny, get out here and it's always changing. It's always evolving. The floors up top are being switched out right now. Okay, so basically what they had just go through here was the Jaws exhibit. And they get some storyboards over here by Joe Alves in 1974. But it tells the story about Jaws in the 50th anniversary. And you can come in and you know what, isn't it an experience? This is a museum you can actually touch. Imagine these are the actual sketches for the Jaws movie. That's one of the biggest movies of all time. I think we got a biter. Man, wow. And then they have this big thing now on Martha's Vineyard. We were in Oak Bluffs before. They have the lantern night where they have all the houses dressed up and they have lanterns on. But it's a big festival they have down here now. This is the big one right here. This is the Gay Head Light, which we've been out to before. And that's out on the cliffs, but 1856. And the way that this was crafted and put together, you could understand the ramifications of this. So they're built in Paris, okay? And taken over to here in 1855. But these lighthouses were so important, just absolutely integral, because you think before, you didn't have GPS, you didn't have all these other machines to figure out where you were and what the currents were. And if you had a fog roll in, you really couldn't see the shores. So lighthouses was super, super duper important. This is Bruce. Dude, those are real shark teeth.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're like really serrated, like those are sharks. This one's called Bruce. There's actually 5 mechanical ones made for Jaws. But this one, I wouldn't want to be gobbled up on that guy. Put my head in there. Oh, this is where it goes down. My producer, he told me to do some crazy stuff. Oh boy. Yeah, these are real shark teeth, bro. I just want to let you know that. The real shark teeth, and you know what? That's just, hey, I think he's got tonsillitis. And the sharks have rows of teeth. So when they lose a tooth, it spins up and there's another tooth that takes its place. Imagine that. And sharks, they don't have emotion. So people say they got those black eyes, they don't have emotion. Well, they don't have hands either. They can't touch stuff. So what do they touch and taste and feel and find out what it is? They use these suckers right here. Good luck. Okay, they locked me up. It finally happened. Listen, with the size of sharks out there, they're talking about a 30-foot great white. You couldn't build a big enough cage to have me jump in. But I have a stinking suspicion that this guy, when we go to South Africa, he's probably gonna have me jump in this shark tank. So I'm just getting used to it for now. So this is the shipwreck, the Port Hunter, where they have an exhibit down here right now. When we're talking about it happened in 1918 when it had a little incident with a tug and it sank. But the crew and everything survived, which was great, but it was also laden with gold. And they didn't know how to actually go through and salvage the stuff. So the government was really slow, but Martha's Vineyarders, they were quick. They invented different ways to get that gold and that luggage and that shipwreck stuff off and reclaiming it. So all the different things that happened here, and look at the size of the boat. This wasn't a small boat. And it was about reclaiming stuff from the ocean, and it was part of sailor code. When ship called because they were in distress, no matter what vessel you are to go and rescue those people or lend aid to those people in need when you're on the ocean. So an unwritten rule. And the same thing my father taught me when he was in the Navy, being a sailor himself for his whole life. That was an unwritten rule. When the shippers are in distress, you would drop everything you're doing. Even the luxury vessels, you would go out and help them out. I'm seeing a lot of resonating, images in here, talking about like, the farms that are out here on the vineyard, how they became self-sufficient, sustaining life through, the work and the projects they had on the ocean. The Wampanoag people that have sustained ourselves for over 12,000 years on the island by working closely with land and waterways. So living harmoniously, that's what they're talking about. What they can grow, what's in season, living off what's off the land, what's on the sea, and doing it in a way that it was sound, that they didn't affect the environment, that they actually work with the environment.
Here we go, hanging out with the seafaring folk. Well, one thing you got to know about is Hannah's hands-on history. And little kids, you can't tell them it's a no-touchy. So in here we got the boots, the glossiers, the little life vest, and the funny hats. And we talk about whales.
I just went full stupid. I usually only go half stupid, but I just went full stupid in that segment. But I tell you, what a museum to come down. The kids can come down and they can do their coloring, they can jump in the boat, they can hold the fish, they can put on some funny outfits. And let's say kids don't know their hands off when you go to a museum. So it's a great place to go. Have the kids, they remain entertained. And what's better than that? Kids are happy, you're happy. Hello, Governor. We're here in Edgartown, Town Hall. Some great things to do down here. You got the Edgartown Diner across the street. You got the cinema in case you get bored. Got a few things to check out as far as movies over there. And some good fudge shops I heard of downtown. So we're going to spin around Edgartown. Let me tell you, these people from Jamaica put on a wonderful breakfast. And so not only that, they get entertainment at night. And with the popcorn is always as fresh as the staff. Mind you, I did not make that up. That's on the wall. But you could actually come in and watch Jaws where Jaws was filmed. It's amazing. You know what? You got a cinema, you got a nice little breakfast joint. And like I said, where can you go in the world even that you have an island with so many different personalities, so many different shops where you can go get things to eat? I mean, it's just amazing. And if you're going to come down here, why not come down like September? If you're a local, this is a little tip that you could learn. I can get in anywhere right now. Make sure you know what times things are open too. But definitely at night, you want to come down here and walk around. It's absolutely gorgeous. And when you look at some of the older structures here in the houses and the town hall we were just at, it's been around for a little bit longer, but typical New England. I mean, like, look at these bricks walking along, like pounded into the stand on the streets and the art galleries. I mean, how awesome is this? I can find a world-class art gallery next to a restaurant, next to a pub, next to a place where I can get a new pair of shades. It's literally everything. Best way to do it, just like the sign says, past and present. Everything is represented in Edgartown. Yeah, well, you know what? We're still walking around the streets right here, and we're in the middle of the street in Edgartown. What the fudge? Wow. I can't even handle it right now. I'm back to the scene of the crime. Murdick's Fudge, 2014, Best of the Cape and the Islands, place to get good sweets. Yeah, I mean, there's everything in here. I mean, the s'mores, the chocolate pecan, the double chocolate, Cape Cod cranberry, chocolate cherry, you name it. I come in here and I get fat just looking at the window, but if you want to cheat and you want to have those off days, come down to here. I'm going to go for it. Okay. Can I get the chocolate peanut butter? And because I'm, that guy, I'm going to take one of the s'mores. And you know what? From the Cape, how about a Cape Cod cranberry? All three of them. Let's go. Can you imagine this? 1887, this company was in business making fudge. Did I have to look at the brittle? Why did I look at the brittle? This is world class. This stuff, I mean, this will change your life. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let's see if these last until we get off the Steamship Authority. I doubt it. So when you're out here in Edgartown, another spot on Martha's Vineyard, you gotta check out the seafood shanty. I tell you, the views of the harbor up there, a nice lobster roll, and I don't know, some nice snacks to go with it, maybe some fried clams. That just screams summer to me. That's just something I look forward to all winter long. There's usually a question I get when I come to this place, Quarterdeck, is what do I want to get? Oh, I want to get everything. But I think today, maybe we should go with the clam strips.
Yeah.
Can we get an order of the clam strips, please, from the fryer?
Of course.
So one thing I want to impress upon everybody, when you come out to Martha's Vineyard, there's some place that says it right there, cash only. So I know this generation is all Venmo, this, that, bing, bong, boop. PayPal and everything else. But bring some cash with you. You know, being that I'm a photographer, this is one place I like to get to. A little secret where it's absolutely free. Some of the best things in life are free. That seagull, he's looking for those clam strips, so we got to watch out. Here's a lobster boat coming in. You tell lobster boats, they're the way they seat. They're a little bit wider. You get all that deck space to pull in the traps. This is what I call an impromptu picnic from the courtesy of the Quarterdeck. Look at this bag of clams. And they don't mess around. When you get an order of clam strips, you get an order of clam strips. Look at that. If you're eating clam strips, you gotta hit them with a little bit of lemon. If you guys, I wish you could taste through that camera right now, these clam strips, when they give you a little cocktail sauce, but even that, the freshness of them, they speak for themselves. You know, this is not something you get that's been frozen. This stuff is probably pulled off a boat from Lashton's Fish House today. Oh yeah, they don't need anything else. Well, I just want to summarize everything that we did today out here on Martha's Vineyard. We went to two very individual communities, you know, Vineyard Haven and Edgartown. They both have their own unique personalities, whether it's those little upscale jewelry shops and maybe more than like the beach clothes you get in Oak Bluffs. Then we come out here and we stopped by the Quarterdeck and then just jumped around a little bit in this area, checked out the cinema. But is there anything really better than Martha's Vineyard in the summertime? I don't think so. Well, at least that's my opinion. And hopefully we took you along and you could see some places you can go when you get out here. And maybe that made your life a little bit easier because when you get around the vineyard, vineyard time is very precious. So I hope you enjoyed it. And let me tell you, that was an amazing day.
He's the king of the mountain.